cost me too much. And the other things are really just things that I've picked up and been listening to recently. This one I picked this up locally off a guy that was selling it really cheap, because I really like Yes's first album, and I was looking for a Plum label copy of that, but obviously searching for the album called Yes and the Yes album is quite tricky, and so anyway, I saw this and it was a complete fluke that this cropped up, and it was a local guy that was selling it, so I got it really cheap. I didn't have to pay postage, I just went and picked it up from his house, so I was really pleased to get hold of that. And this is actually really good. I wasn't sure. I sometimes struggle with John Anderson's voice, and that's my biggest downfall with Yes. But recently, when I've been listening to Yes, it's not been as offensive as I've found it in the past. The reason I bought this is because I'd been digging through my stack of stuff to listen to, and I found this album, and I really enjoyed this. I thought I would hate this just by the cover of it, because it's got that kind of very 80s looking, even though it came, I think it was the late 70s that it came out. It's got a very kind of 80s look about it, and I thought this was just going to be terrible. But I really enjoyed it, so on the back of it I went out and bought this one. Again, I think it was Rick Wakeman that really kind of made this album for me. I'm a kind of fan of his. Obviously he's not on this. I think this was before. Yeah, this was before Rick Wakeman joined. But yeah, this is good. Highly recommend this album. But I'm still on the lookout for their first album. And keeping with the Rick Wakeman theme, I then gave this a spin, which is Journey to the Centre of the Earth. I've had this for ages, but I have a thing for anyone who wears a cloak when they're on stage. It's got to be good in my book. So yeah, I gave Rick Wakeman a spin, which then also maybe then give Vangelis a listen to. And this album's really good as well, actually. There he is with his 18 keyboards, and that's probably what he looked like when he was trying to play it. But this is really good. It's not, I think when people think Vangelis, they think Chariots of Fire and maybe they think, oh, Chariots of Fire. But actually this album is called Heaven and Hell. That's obviously hell, and that one's supposed to be heaven. This album's really good. I hadn't listened to this for years, and it had just been kind of in the stack. But I'm going to have to give that another spin this afternoon, I think, because I enjoyed it a lot. So if anyone can suggest any other Vangelis stuff I should get, I'd be quite interested to hear. I also was given this a spin, Fill Your Head with Rock. I can't remember who it was. Somebody showed, is it Steamhammer? Is that the album that picture's taken from? They showed that in a video quite recently, and it made me think, I'll maybe give this a spin. So this is a CBS compilation. It's pretty beaten up, but it's a really good mixture of stuff on here. It's got everything from Chicago, Santana, Spirit, Steam Hammer, Blood, Sweat and Tears, Argent, The Birds, Laura Nyro, Leonard Cohen, Moondog, Armory Kane, The Trees, Al Stewart, Tom Rush, Janis Joplin, Al Cooper, Taj Mahal, Mike Bloomfield, Pacific Gas and Electric, Johnny Winter. But this is a great album, great compilation. Although I am wondering whether they would get away with having that picture on a sleeve these days. Slightly inappropriate, I think. But who am I to question? Who am I to question? But yeah, this is really good. And also, after listening to the Yes albums, I have gone back and I really want to get a earlier pressing of this, which is one of my favourite Hawkwind albums. If not, probably is my favourite Hawkwind album. I know I've shown this a few times before, but I can't stop going back and listening to it. Great tracks on here, especially Mirror of Illusion here and Hurry on Sundown. Fantastic, kind of Dave Brock. I think probably from the time when he was busking. But yeah, early Hawkwind is just unbelievably good. Well, any Hawkwind really. And after listening to that, I dug out my copy of this as well, Warrior on the Edge of Time. Another unbelievably good album. This is the original. I think I've shown this before. UK one that's a big shield sleeve. It all folds out. But yeah, this is really great. So that's pretty much it. I've added a few more pictures into my little book here. I've decided now that not everything's going to go. I can't remember where I got to in this before. I've done Love, Paul McCartney and Ram. Not sure whether I showed that, but it doesn't really need to be showed. I picked up a really nice copy of that. There's the Zombies album that I did, and Endless Cloud. It's the Beach Boys one. I'm a bit squint at the top here. And the Yes album. I'm quite pleased with the Yes one, how that came out. But it's actually quite hard to draw them so small. And what I generally do is when I'm listening to the record, I sit and draw this at the same time. So I give myself the length of the album to get the picture drawn. So I'm quite pleased with how they've turned out. But as you can see, I've got a long way to go. But yeah, that's about it really. The only other thing I've picked up recently I forgot to show is oh no, that's live. Two things. One was the new Bowie 7-inch for their picture disc. It'll be in the shelf somewhere. I'll pick that up. And actually, the biggest expense, if you come with me, I will show you. I'd just picked up recently is over here. There's my stereo. There's my deck, and there it is. My lovely new cartridge. I've wanted to get a new cartridge for a while, because the old Stanton thing that I'd been using was not very good anymore, and I wanted to pick up something a bit better. So I asked Mark what he would suggest, and he said he had been looking to upgrade his cartridge when he had a 1210, and it was one of these that he was thinking of getting. So I took his word for it. He said he had been researching it for a couple of years, and yeah, I mean, it's not fully running yet, but it sounds fantastic already. I'm also, as you can see here, this is the standard rubber mat. I've made a felt undermat. I think this, so far, this has sounded pretty good, but I think I'm going to change it and get a cork mat to go in between there as well. I've had pretty good results just with this felt one, but I'm also finding I don't know what this felt's made out of. It might be producing quite a bit of static, so I don't know whether it's natural felt or not, but I'm going to change that to a cork mat and put that in underneath as well. But I definitely did notice a difference when I did that. So, coupled with the new stylus there, it's been sounding pretty good. Yeah, so that's it. Coming up for 20 minutes, which I think is plenty to listen to me babble on. Got that as well. I don't know if you need to see that. That's my little bubble level that I picked up. So you can get things nice and flat. But anyway, yeah, so 20 minutes, plenty long enough. Love to hear your comments, and yeah, take care.